Speaking of bonkers, Ashton Jeanty had a crazy game to continue what might be a Heisman finalist season. So far this year, he has rushed for 1,031 yards and 16 touchdowns. I love when you put stats in here, but then like the one thing that I need, which is the numbers that he had today, I thought they were in there.
Oh, pardon me.
His numbers today, though, were 13 carries. He only had a mere 13. They said, Ashton, no more for you. You take a break. We're going to put 62 on Utah State for 186 and 3 touchdowns. He had a long of 75. He had multiple long rushing touchdowns. Jalen Milroe might have not completely knocked himself out of the race, but he created an opening for Ashton Jeanty, and he certainly created an opening for Travis Hunter to build up some ground. If he continues on this pace, and it's a little hard to pitch this for running backs because it's a very high volume position, although he's not getting very many carries.
I think he's still under 100 on the year.
If he is able to get to 2,000 rushing yards and he's able to go over, God, he's got 16 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He might, the Barry Sanders record's 34, 32.
I'm not certain, but I would love to talk about the previous running back Heisman winner if you want to check the Barry's stats.
It's Derrick Henry is you have written down here 1,900 for 23 in 2015. I mean, that's attainable. He's already on pace to pass that.
Yes, he's tracking at an unreal pace right now. I understand that why you bench Jeanty. I get it. But for the sport of football, what he's doing to save the college running back position, we've seen running backs vaulted into the Heisman, forced into the Heisman conversation when they weren't really there. This dude is legit. And he is right now a Heisman finalist. And I think he's 1 or 2. I think it's right after this week. It's him at 1A, 1B, him and Travis Hunter. And we'll see what quarterback decides to turn it on for the second half of the season. But I'm not considering Milroe. I mean, we can invite him to New York. That's fine. He's done his work so far. He had an insane win where he played his ass off against Georgia. That is Heisman worthy. That's Heisman nomination worthy. But what Ashton Jeanty is doing, it's unfathomable. Is he in baby oil? Is he in Vaseline running in the field? Why can nobody get a grab cloth? It's not even do a form tackle on the guy. That's impossible. It's not even wrap up on his ankles. Could you get a piece of the jersey? It's untouched burst. It's shiftiness. It's elite vision. And I am glad he's getting the buzz. It still doesn't feel like enough for how well he's been running the ball.
The craziest part as well is that the remaining stretch of the schedule, he's going up against a bunch of G5 schlubs. There is no Alabama looming. There is no Ohio State looming that is going to stop him. You know, Kyle Monunga is having a great season, who's the Rutgers running back.
Yeah.
His path is going to probably get stymied against, I think they play USC is like a good example. Like whenever they have to go up against a tougher opponent, he's probably going to have a slower game. Jeanty is going to blow his way through what is a very, very weak schedule, an extremely weak schedule. None of these goofballs can tackle him. They all look like rental car salesmen trying to keep up with him. It's one of those situations where you just know this kid's special. This kid's potentially a first-round pick. Untackleable is the only way to describe him, and he's not going to face anybody who's going to be able to tackle him.
Oh, though, how many yards do you think he would, if he was going to be at Boise when Tarleton gets accepted into the Mountain West? How many yards would he have ran against the Tarleton State?
They would have taken him out after 4 carries, and he would have had 200 yards.
No one's ever lauded the Mountain West for having the elite defenses of the G5, but make an effort. Make it look a little bit better. I'm waiting for a team to stand up and hold them to 150-2. That would be great. And you know what?
It's not happening.
I would actually like to see a Mountain West team do that and hang a banner in their stadium that says, held Ashton Jeanty to under 200 yards and under 3 touchdowns. That's what the celebration should be.